What is up, everyone? Hopefully you can hear me over the cicadas. We are, what park am I in? It's like Soun Park in Hakone. We have this little map here, completely in Japanese, so I can only read N. We can read N Park and inside center. Plan, yeah, early thunder something park, yeah. And we have that, and we have Sounji Temple. Actually able to film for once. We got a picture of a cicada here. Some other things. Wish I came here to this park because I thought there would be like more of a view, and I was actually gonna finish like my Japanese flashcards for the day, but I have a feeling that if I sit down or stop moving for more than 10 seconds, like 5 to 10 seconds, yeah, I'm probably gonna get eaten alive by mosquitoes. And since there's actually like no locals and no tourists up here, I'm actually able to film, which has been very uncommon for the trip. There's been very few areas where I've actually been able to film any. But we have this like what's it called? I don't know, like a little area where you can sit, have lunch. Looks, honestly, it's kind of dilapidated, kind of run down by like Japanese standards. Usually, like in Japan, even like everything that's like really old is like really well upkept. But considering I'm like the only person that has come up into this park, because it's quite a little hike. It's a little out of the way, and it's steep. It was steep climbing up here. Surprisingly, it was very hot. So that's probably why there's like no locals and like no tourists. Though honestly, even with the spot where like no locals show up, there's usually tourists, and there's quite a few tourists here. There's not as many there as there was in Odawara. I think that's the name of the place. Where I made the transfer to come to Hakone. At that train station, oh my god, there was so many foreigners. It was insane. Like, that's more foreigners than what you see. Like, as far as like the ratio of like foreigners to locals, than even what you see in like everywhere in Tokyo. Maybe because there's just so many like residents of like Tokyo, like in Tokyo, that even though there are like thousands of foreigners in the city, maybe like tens of thousands, or maybe with it being like peak holiday season, there might even be like 100,000 or more, which is insane. But yeah, like the ratio of like foreigners to native Japanese people in Odawara, I believe that was the name of the place. It was insane. There was like, I'd say it was almost like 50% or more was foreigners, tourists and stuff, which I have no idea why. I don't know why that place. I've never even heard of Odawara. Like, I've heard of Hakone, and Odawara is, I guess, maybe the place where you branch off and come here. Maybe it's like one of the only places you can branch off and come here. But you can actually take the Shinkansen like all the way back to Shinjuku. So I don't know why they would leave Hakone just to go back to Odawara, unless you was like going to Kamamura. Kamamura? Yeah, Kamamura. Sorry, it's been a long day. I left the hotel early, well, early by my standards, and I went to a park in Shinjuku, and I got some of my studying done. I did not get it all done, unfortunately, and I need to check the time because my Anki decks will reset at 4 a.m. where I live, and like my computer still has my like local time on it, so it won't reset until 4 a.m. And even though it's only like 3 p.m. here in Japan right now, it should actually be getting close to time to reset. So I need to try to knock out the rest of my cards. All that's left is like some N4 cards and like original sentence decks. Well, original sentence cards. Hakone Station steep. I thought it said Hakone Station was this way. Could have sworn it was. I don't know. We're just out here walking. We're like enjoying it. That's one of the things that I really love the most. I went down to the beach, went down to Kamamura today. Was planning to stop at there's a spider web right there. You probably can't even see it. I can put it right there and you still probably won't see it because it's a small spider, but the web was pretty big that it was on. I was walking past that. Yeah, I was planning to go to Yokohama, then Kamamura, then Hakone, like all in one day. I'm glad I skipped Yokohama because I spent quite a bit longer in Kamamura than I was expecting, and I was really wanting to leave here by like 5 or 6 o'clock, and I didn't realize how limited my options were to get back to Shinjuku and back to Tokyo. So I definitely need to try to leave a little earlier because the Shinkansen that I'm planning to take back, I believe that's pretty much my only option unless I decide to take the long way back. They only come like every hour, so I'm definitely going to have to try to board the one that's coming up in about 30 minutes to an hour, so I got to try to be back. Make sure I can get a seat. Hopefully they don't fill up. And we're going to go ahead and do that and make my way back because I'm planning to get back to the hotel, probably get a shower, and I'm going to get into my running clothes. And I actually want to try to run a 10K tonight, which is 6.2 miles. At the park that's right down from my hotel, they have a loop that is 1.1 kilometers. So I was going to run that 9 times, and that would put me at 9.9 kilometers, which is close to 6.2 miles or 10K. It's close enough. It's close enough for me anyway, because I'll just count the walk distance like back and forth from the hotel. But yeah, we've reached the end of the park, which back there was kind of like the halfway point, and coming down this way was so much easier because I came in at the other end of the park and it was so steep. Like I got to sweating like really bad making my way back that way. But before I walk back to where people are probably going to be, and I definitely don't want to be filming and talking loudly on my iPad whenever I do that. I wanted to get back here and finish off the video, but I definitely want to find like an area because I want to film a couple of videos for my other YouTube channel that I'm working on. One of them is going to be about it's okay to work alone. It's okay to be alone and strive toward your goals because other people are not going to understand you. They're not going to cheer you on. And you just have to get comfortable being uncomfortable and get comfortable being alone because if you truly want to be different and strive toward your goals with all your effort and get there as fast as possible, you're going to have to be okay being alone. And that's one of the videos I wanted to make, like a little motivational video, and to try to think it out a little bit more, maybe script some on it. And I might try to get like one more video because I really need to get some videos out on that channel. Really want to start putting out a video like every 2 weeks would be the goal. I'm going to have to see how busy I'm going to be come fall semester because college and like Japanese study and being in Japan this time, it definitely made me, like during my last trip, like I enjoyed myself so much that whenever I got back, I was like super motivated, but the motivation didn't last. I just didn't want it bad enough. So that was really unfortunate about getting back from my last trip, and like summer semester started and I don't know, I just fell off the wagon really hard, fell off the horse, basically stopped working out, stopped running. I was keeping up my Japanese study well. For about the first month whenever I got back from Japan, my Japanese study was still really low, like it had been since last year, because spring semester just killed all my time and wasn't able to do my Japanese study the way that I needed to. And I didn't pick that back up until June. So yeah, whenever I got back from my Japan trip last time, I just relaxed a little bit and I got too complacent after working myself so hard through spring semester, because that took a lot out of me and it was very difficult to get through with like 2 jobs and doing Japanese study. Well, not really doing Japanese study, but just trying to maintain my level of Japanese, not really learning anything new, and I let too much slip by and I spent too much time relaxing and a lot of time depressed and not doing things that I really needed to do. So whenever we get back this time, I definitely need to make sure I need to get back on the track. Writing down my day the night before is the big thing. Definitely need to work on that because if I do that, I'm much more tempted to stick to my schedule. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I just wanted to walk through this little park, and there's supposed to be a temple over here and there's a temple at the other end. So I might go and take some photos there. I'm not really sure yet. But this trip, it's not really about making like Japanese content. I still have quite a bit of Japanese content that I need to edit and upload from my 2 previous trips. So during this trip, there's not going to be a lot of new content. I haven't really been filming. Honestly, I haven't filmed any videos at all since I've been here. I've just been taking it really slow this trip and really enjoying myself, as I've said on the couple of streams that I've been doing at night while I've been here. And I'm going to try to keep those up like every night or every morning. Try to keep those up. So yeah, I will see you guys later.